While I was filming, I had a One Piece journal. So I had this little book. I put some pictures of Luffy in that book. And I also put some pictures of me when I was a little kid. Because Luffy reminds me a lot of me when I was a little kid. I also had notes on every episode on like, oh, these are like the key moments. Like, this is important, this is important, this is important. Like, this is where I'm coming from. This is where I'm heading to. And I also did some little exercises like...
He's the one who declared that the One Piece is out there and set everybody out on a mission to find it.
Yeah, Will of D.
The Will of D.
You've got his dad, you've got Garp. It's all these people who have a very strong, arguably unbreakable will and power.
How do I find that balance? And honestly, that was just a lot of work with my directors. I had this director called Mark Jobst of the first 2 episodes, amazing director. And he used to tell me that he was my parachute. So I could try things. Let's make a funny face on this one, you know? I'm gonna really open my eyes here and I'm gonna scream out loud. And if you think it's too much, you let me know. So knowing that I could trust my team to get out of my comfort zone really gave me a safety to, you know, try to be unique. Because Luffy is extraordinary.
Again, you got 3 ear piercing while playing Zoro. His dedication to the role. Thank you. I actually did get 2 more piercings. I get over how sexy Zoro is. He is the ultimate swordsman. You really love Zoro, don't you? Zoro being sexy without even trying. Cause he's literally a big dumbass, like love that for him. He can sometimes be a dummy, but it's good that you love him.
I was watching the anime and it didn't take me long to understand who this guy was. He sees a person who has been mistreated. He doesn't really know them. And yet, he decides to help them. And when he does that, he does it with a smile. He gets into a fight, and he's smiling, because he enjoys being a pirate. I think, growing up, I was a lot like Luffy in some ways.
Luffy is our captain, he wears a straw hat, and we are the Straw Hat Pirates. What is the Straw Hat Pirates ship?
When? At first?
It's the Going Merry.
And
which,
then...
Thousand Sunny. What do all the Straw Hat Pirates do on the ship? It just appeared. I'm feeling so piratey. And slowly with time, I started to speak more like this, you know, more like, oh, wow, and being a little bit more loud, and it just came natural. The script is so good that it just pushes you to say the lines in a certain way. I remember the first time I put on the straw hat. It felt like, oh, wow, it's happening. It was a realization that for the next 10 months, that character would be my life.
What's his daily life
What's his daily life? I'm the captain of the ship.
Nami is the navigator on the ship.
I look for the best spots on the ship to sleep, take a nap. Right-hand man.
The first
can
mate.
Do whatever I want.
Usopp takes care of the ship.
And I'm the cook.
I remember that for my audition, and I played this YouTube video that was like, oh, who is Monkey D? Let's analyze this character. And I just listened to that video for like an hour, and I realized that the main thing about Luffy was his smile. So I thought to myself, if I can have that smile in my audition, I think I have a good shot at making this character. Every single Straw Hat felt special to me. There were multiple Straw Hats for different scenes. There was a specific type of straw hat for the white shots. There was like another type of straw hat for the close-ups. Sometimes they had to change straw hats. There was a fight scene straw hat. Every single straw hat felt special to me. It's a mystery.
Maybe it stands for dreamers.
Or donuts.
What are the names of all the oceans in One Piece?
East blue, west blue, north blue, south blue.
What is the Grand Line? I think our resident map reader would be the most exacted person to answer this question.
Yumi Tanaka has been voicing Luffy for a very long time, since 1999. I watched the anime, and what she has done is amazing, amazing. And I would never try to replicate any of that, because that's her own thing. She created her own version of this character, and I have to do my own thing with the live action too. So, you know, more than paying attention to what the dub actors were doing, I really just paid attention to what the character was all about. At the first months of shoot, I remember I would go in the makeup trailer and we would like blast music and I would talk and chat and blah blah blah. By the last 4 months, I would sit on that chair and I would be gone. I would be exhausted. So I would normally take a nap in the chair while I was getting the makeup on my scar. Then after that, I would put on my costume and I would head to set where we would film.
How does Monkey D. Luffy's ability work?
I'm a rubber man. I just throw punches and it hits.
What is a devil fruit?
My character Luffy, he ate a fruit, which is a devil fruit, and it gave him powers. There's a lot of different types of devil fruits. The one that Luffy ate is the gum gum fruit, which made him a rubber man. But the thing about devil fruits is that it makes that the sea turns its back against you. So the anime is great as it is. I would never try to replicate it. I mean, that's why it's been going for so long. And live action needs to stand by its side. My voice in Spanish is a lot deeper. Si me escuchan hablar ahorita en español, hablo muchísimo más grave que mi personaje de Luffy. So yeah, my voice in Spanish is like way deeper than Luffy's voice in English. I found his voice just with time. We're the cast of One Piece, and today we have to answer 50 of the most asked questions about the show. Why aren't we waiting for? I had to do it, Emily. What is the One Piece?
It's supposed to be the greatest treasure in the world, and he left it all in one piece.
If Luffy did homework for his school about what is his dream, how would that look like? Well, you know, it would be like a drawing of him and his boat. It would be a horrible drawing. It's like, my dream is to be a pirate, the king of the pirates. And then, you know, I just did like silly exercises like that. And, you know, I think they worked.
Reminding everyone from the get-go that Zoro has the biggest chest in all of One Piece. Chest, chest, chest. I'll take that as a compliment.
Who is Yasop?
Who is Yasop? Who is Yasop?
Man. I wish someone would tell me about my daddy. Yasop is Usopp's father. He's a marksman, he's a sniper. It's definitely part of why Usopp wants to go out and be a brave warrior.
So they do something called coating on the Thousand Sunny so that it can go underwater.
It's like a bubble.
Yeah, the little bubbling.
Can the going Mary fly?
Yes.
Yeah, with a little adjustments.
It's a magical ship.
The first
I
mate,
do whatever I
right?
want.
Usopp.
I'm the captain of the ship.
Nami is the navigator on the ship.
I look for the best spots on the ship to sleep, take a nap. Right-hand man.
The first
Can
mate,
do whatever I
right?
want.
Usopp takes care of the ship.
And I'm the cook.
I grew up on Dragon Ball Z, I grew up on Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! I saw Spirited Away in theaters when it came out here in the States. So all of the anime stuff, that like made me into who I am 100%. Sailor Moon, I made my parents rent the Sailor Moon movie all the time, and they were so sick of it, but I was just like, oh my gosh, women are so cool and so powerful and they can do anything, and it also just really solidified anime in my life.
Who is stronger than Gold D. Roger? I think it's subjective.
Is Usopp a god? I don't even know how to answer that question. He's not a god.
He's not, but
But you know. But he does some. Yeah, he does some He does some godlike things, you know.
Who is the creator of One Piece? I don't know. Oh no.
Man, it was like, and I remember I did this thing. I would go to set and I would arrive with a theme song. So I thought to myself, what is the most important part about Luffy? Well, he has fun, right? So what is my goal here as an actor to embody this character? Well, I want to have fun, and I want to help create a fun environment. So every time I arrived on set, I would blast the John Cena theme song from the car. Sometimes it was the John Cena one, sometimes it was The Rock, sometimes I used to make The Undertaker, but not too many. John Cena was like the main thing. So I would arrive on set and people would know it was me because it was the John Cena song. They would greet me and we would do some dances, and then we would block the scene and we would shoot. There were scenes that took longer than others, but I don't think we ever did more than 3 scenes a day. By the time we were finishing, we got a little bit better. He is very explosive, very optimistic. He's a crazy guy in a lot of ways, but he's also kind. And he doesn't speak too much. He listens a lot. To me, it felt like Luffy was an optimistic, big dreamer who cares about his friends.
No one messes with my friends.
who's brave, who's committed, and who will do anything for his dreams. So understanding that was a key factor for me to play this character, and then after that, it was finding a balance between how can I be fun, energetic, and crazy, but also keep this real, you know?
This has been something I've been like reading on Twitter because there's such a massive discourse. Is Yamato a girl? Is Yamato a boy? Because in the manga they use male pronouns, but then there's a certain point where they say, oh, it's Kaido's daughter. Yamato is a very powerful hockey user, ice powers also, yeah.
Is Jinbei a member of the Straw Hat Pirates?
Jinbei, technically, yes. He didn't officially join. He's not on the ship with them.
Yeah, it's a serious thing.
Sorry, Oda-sensei.
Sorry, Oda-sensei.
We love you, Oda-sensei.
We love you, Oda-sensei.
Eiichiro Oda, the legend himself. He created One Piece in 1997 when he was like 17 years old.
No, he's so young.
He's like one of the best like storytellers of our time. Why did Buggy get so big?
And he did get big. It's for show, though. He's just using the chop fruit to make a really big, like, cloak. He looks like a tick.
I didn't know it was Kobe at the time, but my audition scene was the scene where we're at the dinghy after fighting Elvita. I remember when I did my first read of that audition, I was a little bit more serious. And it was like, I know there's a boat, like, on fire, but your character, he's chilling, man. He's, like, fine. So I sent the audition again. This time, no drama at all. And hey, that's how I got my callback. My mom received a WhatsApp, and it was like, we want you to play Monkey D.
Close, it was so close.
Who are the 7 warlords of the sea?
Pirates that the Marines sanction to help do the things that Marines can't do. Pirate mercenaries.
Basically.
So I know a few. Mihawk, Crocodile. Well, that's right. Crocodile.